For this meditation on fairness, I'm going to invite you to connect with fairness that is within you and to expand upon your character strength of fairness. Fairness means to be aware of our biases and our thinking limitations. Fairness has to do with giving others a fair chance and taking the perspective of others so that we can empathize with them. Therefore, we can build our knowledge of others to help boost our fairness, and building our knowledge of the possible consequences of our behaviors and the behaviors of others. And fairness can be boosted and activated by reflecting and, when possible, discussing different moral dilemmas. Moral dilemmas involve our having to reason in a particular way, a way that involves justice, a way that involves caring. So I'm going to present to you a brief story, a story about a pharmacist and a woman. And I'd like to invite you to listen to the story and consider the perspective of each individual involved. What is fair from the perspective of the pharmacist and from the perspective of the woman? And let's begin. There's a man dying of a rare form of disease. There was only one known drug that was thought to be able to save him. And as luck would have it, this drug was produced in the town where the man lived. The drug was quite expensive to make, and the pharmacist that made the drug was charging 10 times the amount that it took to make the drug. The pharmacist was charging $20,000. So the man's wife learned about the drug and took action. She decided to try to raise money and to gather all of the funds from her family, from her savings, and her husband's savings. She was able to collect about half of the money, around $10,000. So she took this $10,000, brought it to the pharmacist, and explained her situation, pleading her case. The pharmacist said to her, "I'm sorry, I was the one that discovered this drug, and I'm going to make money from it. If I were to give you a discount, I'd have to give everybody a discount." And so the woman felt distraught, desperate, and broke into the pharmacist's store and stole the drug and gave it to her husband. So perhaps you've already been reflecting, mindfully reflecting on what is fair from the perspective of the pharmacist, and what is fair from the perspective of the woman. Do the best you can to argue the case for each. taking notice of your own biases, your own feelings around each individual in the story. Allow your own character strength of fairness to help you as you reflect on both sides and make a strong case for each side. Most individuals have some sense of what is right, and often those individuals think that their view is the correct one. But in many instances, there is no right or wrong answer, which might be the case in this story. So the idea is to try to understand the viewpoint, the perspective, and to understand from a justice standpoint, from an empathy standpoint, the view of the other. And you can practice taking this perspective and empathizing, even if you don't agree with one of the sides. This will help to expand your ability to reason about justice and care, and thus will help you to expand your fairness. And take a moment to simply breathe in and breathe out, as you allow the story and some of your thoughts and reflections simply to float around in your mind as you breathe. And your fairness, character strength can continue to expand and unfold as you continue to widen your way of reasoning about the human condition.